From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Dennis's Heating and Air Conditioning is Northern California's premier heating and air conditioning contractor. From residential housing, large commercial projects, installation to repair, sheet metal fabrication, and everything in between, we are your go-to heating and air conditioning specialist.
Well, happy Monday morning to you. What a gorgeous weekend, right? I mean, if you had a chance to get outside, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, the highs we experienced yesterday, it's going to be about the same today. Maybe we're going to shave off a few degrees because we're in a downward trend, if you will, as we go through the week. But we do expect above average highs to start off the work week, with that pattern changing very slowly this week to eventually to a wetter and cooler pattern. Showers cooler by the end of the week. Snow levels, too, are going to drop fairly low for this time of the year. We could get down to as low as 3,000 feet by this weekend. Now, take a look at some of the high temperatures we saw out there yesterday. Gorgeous. If you had a chance to spend any time outdoors, I mean, the warmest was up to the north, out towards Redding, about 85. Chico, about 75 degrees cooler. It's that time of the year, especially when we get in the summer sometimes, we get the tale of two cities for the valley. You know, Redding, the north end of the valley, can a lot of times be a lot warmer than the south end of the valley. But there you can see, even in the mountains, 60s and 70s for those daytime highs, not nearly as warm out along the coast there with temperatures mid to upper 50s. So for today, you've got mainly sunny skies for the valley, for Siskiyou, Modoc County, for the eastern mountains. There will be some fog, though, for the coast. We're beginning to see more of that marine layer begin to move in. This is something I kind of hinted on late last week, the potential for some of that fog or that marine layer kind of coming in. Looks like we're starting to see that, and the chances will begin to move in a little bit better here in the next few days. But inland and for Trinity County, especially Trinity County, looking at mainly sunny skies. So look at Futurecast. There you can see that marine layer coming in today. So it's going to be a little bit more foggy, a little bit more overcast, especially as we go into the next 12 to 24 hours. There's Tuesday. A few clouds developing in the higher elevations, but for the most part, still plenty of sunshine. That marine layer holding on strong going into Wednesday, and you can see it's even making its way into some of those inland valleys as well. But again, plenty of sunshine as you head off over many of the mountain, and not to mention the valley as well. Here's your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. Those temperatures mid to upper 70s for your daytime highs. Again, a bit of a carbon copy of what we saw yesterday temperature-wise. But of course, we're going to be looking at the north coast, eventually seeing some of those clouds kind of filtering on in here later on today. 77 degrees for Happy Camp, 72 degrees for Gazelle, 71 for McLeod. Your Modoc County neighborhood forecast, pretty warm here as well. Look at out towards El Turris and California Pines, about 68 degrees, 61 in Cedarville, and there's Tule Lake at about 69 degrees. In your eastern mountains neighborhood forecast, temperatures low to mid 60s, although places like Quincy, about 71, 70 in Paradise. Look at Shingletown at 3,500 feet. It'll be about 74, but 67, a little upper Shingletown towards Viola. 82 degrees for Orland, 80 in Hamilton City, and there you can see Corning about 82. Looking for high of 86 for Redding, 80 out in Whiskeytown. There you can see Red Bluff about 84 and 86 for Palisadro. Let's take a look at the 7-day outlook for Redding. And of course, the first day of spring is tomorrow, but the first full day of spring will be on Wednesday because what's known as the vernal equinox, when you officially transition from winter to spring, will actually be at night on Tuesday. But that's the official day. Of course, 76 degrees. But look at the temperatures dropping back down to the 60s by Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and of course that chance for showers. That's a quick get you out the door forecast. Stick around for just a slightly deeper dive into the forecast here. We still have that ridge of high pressure right here. That's the dominant feature, a reason why we are seeing such warm temperatures. So that's the case today. But look at as we go into tomorrow, that ridge is just slowly shifting a little bit more to the south. So as a result, our temperatures drop by a few degrees. We got a storm system here. This will ride up and over that ridge. It shouldn't have too much of an impact on our weather. But the overall pattern right here, you see this trough really beginning to dig into the south here. This is coming into this upcoming Friday. There's our first chance for rain. Some models indicate that maybe as early as Thursday, but I'm going to call for Friday being our best chance for this beginning of this wetter pattern. Going into this upcoming weekend, not only rain, but also snow, getting down to about 3,000 feet. So the ski park, yeah, Mount Shasta Ski Park, most likely still seeing some snow as we go into the weekend. Now, we may see a bit of a break early next week, around Monday, Tuesday, but look at this. We go down, I mean, this is long range. This is not going to be the forecast, but it is to show you that we are still seeing the indications in the long-range forecast that as we go in the long range, as we go into a week from this coming Wednesday, toward the end of the month, we may still be looking at some of that wet weather out there. And not to mention these cooler systems coming down, keeping those snow levels fairly low. So the Climate Prediction Center, taking a look at all the way through the end of March 28th, we've got a chance of seeing above normal rainfall. Not to mention that, those temperatures are beginning to drop as well. So yes, we got that nice little taste of spring. We're still going to feel that today, but these temperatures are going to start to drop. All right, so you take a look at your marine forecast for today. South winds at 5 to 10 knots, waves from the north at 3 feet at 5 seconds, and from the west at 4 feet at about 12 seconds. Look at that. We've got that patchy, dense fog in the forecast here. Now, the wave heights, not too much of a concern. They actually may rise just a tad going into your Tuesday. You can start to see just those lighter shades of green kind of coming in, indicating slightly higher wave heights, but nothing too significant. Looking at today, gorgeous, right? 86 for Redding, 80 in Chico, 75 degrees out in Oroville. And even in the mountains, absolutely gorgeous. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s there, but obviously much cooler for the coast. Not only seeing that fog eventually kind of coming back in that marine layer, but a bit more of an onshore flow. And that flow of winds is coming off the ocean. It tends to be cooler. There you can take a look at your 7-day outlook for the valley. And yes, temperatures slowly dropping, but eventually into the 60s by Friday, with that first chance for rain moving. As I mentioned, it may be as early as Thursday, but for now I'm keeping it at Friday. That's also the case for the coast. Mostly cloudy skies, but inland, I think you'll see some fog at times, especially in the early morning hours. And it may be hard for some areas of those inland areas to kind of clear out over the next few days. But again, we're seeing that change over to wetter weather toward the end of the week. And taking a look at your 7-day outlook for Mount Shasta, Alturas, and Susanville, look at those snow levels starting off fairly high, probably around 5,000 feet. It may be borderline rain-snow mix at the ski park on Friday, and then we start to see those snow levels drop down to 4,000 feet Saturday and 3,000 feet by Sunday.